primary energy source immediately, that would be great. But I think that's still, for the majority of us and majority of the world, still wise off. But whether you live near the coastline, Deborah, or way up in the mountains, it's amazing if we're close or far away. Even a dripping oil pan, which I found in my car the other day, and I took care of it right away, can have an effect, can it?
So just the oil from your car gets washed into a storm drain, goes to the ocean, and all water goes to the ocean, into a river, down the Mississippi, whatever. And all of these animals are very dependent on the food they eat in the ocean, and sea otters especially. The oil from our cars makes a huge difference in the health of these animals. So be a clean car person. What else? Oh, look at this.
Well, you know, there's not a time that I go diving or go to the beach and take a walk that I don't find a lot of things that don't belong there. But this looks like to green sea turtle and the sunfish, the mola mola. Something they love to eat, Deborah.
So what would a turtle or a sunfish think that was? A jellyfish, exactly. But what is it really? A plastic bag.
And I don't think turtles go to the store and buy these plastic bags. I think they really come from you and me. And so with all the winds that are usually associated with being near the shore or on the beach, whatever I take there, I really try to be very careful that it doesn't get blown away, or that this gets discarded in a place that might get taken over by animals or things like that. So I've been told that sunfish, the mola molas that are right out here in Monterey Bay, love to eat those. And unfortunately, they die a very miserable death because they ingest it, then they think they're full, and they die of starvation. And it's so, I was talking to one of the aquarists a few weeks ago about that. He says it's absolutely sad. We do a necropsy, which is like an autopsy when an animal dies. And they have found just bundles of plastic within their gut. And that's...
So that's a simple thing that all of us can do, is reduce our plastic consumption in the first place, and make sure it's properly disposed, because every piece of plastic that ever was made still exists. It does not biodegrade. And what else can we do?
What? I'm sorry, I was reading here.
Yeah, so what else can we do, Kim?
What did you say?
What else can we do to preserve the health of the oceans?
You know, I was just reading the most recent seafood watch card and the sushi card. I guess there's a lot we could do, isn't there, Deborah?
So look how much Kim cares about the ocean, that even when he's diving, he takes with him his seafood watch cards, which I have free for you, and you can fold them up and put them in your wallet. And this gives you a sense, and they're also available online, of fish that are caught sustainably, not a lot of bycatch, not a lot of environmental damage, okay but not great, please avoid. And this is making a huge difference. People are voting with their forks. Restaurants are changing their menus. I have these free for you after the exhibit, after the presentation. So please do all you can to promote the health of the oceans.
Deborah, thank you, because even if you're watching on the internet right now, hello there, you can download your own seafood watch card for the region of the United States that you live in. And it's a phenomenal resource. My wife and I were out to dinner the other night, and there on the table in San Francisco was the seafood watch card. And I said, good for you guys.
So we have them for 6 different regions in the United States, also en Espanol. And our newest card, a sushi card. Very cool. So, hey, Kim, you ready for some questions?
Well, before we do that, I've got a question for the audience here. I met a wonderful young lady who's going to be turning 8 years old tomorrow. Brianna, are you close by here?
Where's Brianna? There she is.
Brianna, Kim, come on up here. And
yes, you may go under the, we give you special permission to go under the railing.
And she's all the way here from Modesto with her family. Put your hand up here. And she loves mathematics, Deborah. So we have 28 feet of a column of water here. And you know that a cubic foot of water is 7.5 gallons and weighs about 63.5 pounds. This is not glass, this is acrylic. And you were saying you'd like to work with plastic. How thick do you think this window needs to be to hold the water in? Yeah, a lot of multiplication there, and you have to know the breaking coefficient of acrylic. Any guesses about how thick this is? Why don't you tell Deborah, because I can't hear you. She's got the microphone.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Brianna? 7 1/4 inches.
Oh, you are so smart. Oh, my God. Let's give her a big hand. What a great gift. You are a good math student.
Thanks, Brianna. So, yes, all our exhibits have incredibly, thanks, you can go, incredibly carefully designed exhibits, and here in this one, it's a little over 7 inches thick to protect us. And it is acrylic, as Kim was saying, not glass. That's why we have this railing, so we won't scratch the acrylic. And so how about some questions? Who's got a question here?
Any questions out there about our fish or habitats?
Yes, please. Never mind, he says. I got
well,
that.
Deborah, they might be interested in some of the equipment I'm wearing because it's not every day you get to hear a scuba diver talking to you. I'm wearing what they call a dry suit. And can you all keep a secret? I'm wearing my Spider-Man pajamas underneath. I'm really dry. I'm really quite warm, and it's very comfortable. The only thing that's getting wet are my hands because it's in neoprene rubber, not a dry suit, and my head a little bit. But what's really fascinating is that in my mask here called an aga mask, I have a regulator, thank goodness, that helps me breathe. And Jamie, who's upstairs, is regulating that air. Jamie's got some, I forgot, Jamie's got some extra food. Jamie, can you just toss the krill in and we'll watch the schooling fish come up?
Sure, you got it. You probably see a couple other fish from the kelp canopies maybe come out and take a bite as well.
So you can see that every animal eats the food that fits in its mouth, and the little fish, they like little food. So look, here comes some krill from the very top, thanks to Jamie. And those little fish are going to go up there and have a little something to eat as well. We make sure that all our fish eat well. Questions? What's it like to be a diver? Is it fun?
Oh, it's absolutely fun. In fact, I'm a volunteer here. I'm not even on paid staff. They don't pay me to do this. Deborah's also a volunteer. We'll talk about volunteering here at the aquarium in a minute. But it is almost, they call it a microgravity environment. All of our astronauts do training in a large pool in Houston, Texas. But it's very little effective gravity, very minor, and so you learn how to be weightless, especially like I'm pushing this button right now that inflates my suit a little bit, and I can basically stay motionless. It's a phenomenal experience. The water here in Monterey is usually quite cold, like we were talking about earlier. If I was in here in my regular swimming suit, I could last maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the most. So you got to wear the right protection. And any of you that are from 8 to 13 years, anybody from 8 to 13 years old here?
Yes, we got a few.
If you go to the activities desk, you can sign up and learn how to be an underwater explorer diver this summer here at the aquarium. It's a phenomenal program that we put you in a similar dry suit with a scuba and regulator. We don't take you underwater, but you actually swim around the surface with another dive instructor. It's a great experience for kids wanting to feel what it's like. But we've also have many scuba shops in Northern California and around the world that if you want to learn how to dive, if you love the water, even my short stories I wrote in elementary school, I talked about diving, and I finally jumped into it and have thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, other questions for Kim? Please. What's your favorite fish and why do you like it?
That is a great question. I'm going to reverse it back to you. Do you have a favorite one?
No, she says.
You know, I love to see almost any fish or any underwater animal in its own environment acting like it's supposed to instead of it being affected by me. So whether that's in Hawaii or in Taiwan where I've had the privilege of diving, or in the Caribbean or out here in the Pacific Ocean along the West Coast, it's nature is absolutely wonderful to study and to watch.
Great. Well, thanks, Kim, for coming into the ocean and getting cold or dry, however it was. Thanks, all of you, for coming to the aquarium and learning more about our habitat. I've got free ocean seafood watch cards for you here, and thanks a lot. Enjoy your visit.
Thank you all for coming, and God bless you all.